It is good to be back with a new camera, no webcam this time, and hopefully this doesn't crap out. I'm sure it won't because this is not the same camera I've been using. Hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for Hitman, the latest movie from Richard Linklater, starring Glen Powell and Adria Arjona. This movie follows Gary Johnson, a psychology professor working at the University of New Orleans, who also has a part-time job working with the New Orleans PD in undercover sting operations. Basically, he just pretends to be a hitman to confess people of their desires to kill people or just commit crimes without anybody knowing. One of his clients is a young woman named Madison who is unhappy with her marriage and wants to try to find a way to off her husband. But Gary, in character as one of his fake hitman personas, tells Madison to not go through with this and basically just start a new life. So the two of them meet up again, they eventually form a connection, they go out, they start dating, but Gary is dating Madison as one of his personas. So you know sooner or later the truth will come out and there will be danger afoot considering the line of work that he's in. As soon as I heard about this movie, I was anxiously waiting to see it because Richard Linklater is one of my favorite directors working today. Top 10 easily. He's made some great movies like the Before trilogy, Boyhood, Dazed and Confused, Everybody Wants Some, and School of Rock, which I rewatched a couple days ago on a plane. It was my first time watching it since it came out in theaters, and I forgot how charming that movie is. So he definitely has a lot of talent and a lot of range as a director, and I was hoping to see Hitman in theaters because given that it's a Netflix movie, there's only a few places where these movies will actually be shown in theaters. And I tried to see it at the Alamo Drafthouse here in downtown LA, but unfortunately I just didn't see it at the Drafthouse. There was a lot of personal matters going on in my life that I just didn't have the time. So I eventually watched it on Netflix, and I really did wish I'd seen this movie in theaters because it is one of the best movies of the year in my opinion. This movie is essentially a romantic black comedy. The humor of the movie mostly comes from a lot of these dark and morbid moments that aren't like taken that seriously at all, but you laugh at the scenarios regardless. And it's carried by two great leads, Glen Powell and Adria Arjona. The chemistry that both of these actors have is just electric. They play off each other so well. There are some great scenes between the two of them. It also helps that both of the actors actually contributed to the script. While Glen Powell does get screenplay credit with Richard Linklater, Adria Arjona also contributed to some of the film's story as well. And this is something that I've always admired about Richard Linklater. For example, in Before Midnight, Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy are credited as screenwriters for that movie because Richard Linklater allows his actors to basically contribute creatively to the film beyond just acting in front of the camera. And you can definitely see that with their chemistry in this movie. It does lend itself to being one of the best rom-coms that I've seen in years, probably since Crazy Rich Asians. And outside of the rom-com elements, the script is very clever in terms of its structure, the fact that Glen Powell's character is a psychology professor and his other job is literally taking on other personalities. The scenarios are just funny, they're very well done, and I love how when Gary and Madison meet and start dating, some of the tensions start to escalate in terms of how long will it be before Madison finds out that Gary's hitman persona is just that, a persona. The side characters don't really offer much in this movie, but they are fun. Retta is pretty funny as one of the undercover cops. You also have Austin Amelio, who is known for The Walking Dead, but he's actually worked with Richard Linklater and Glen Powell in Everybody Wants Some. He's very entertaining as well, and by the time we get to the end of the movie, there's a series of events that happen with his character that are just like, wow, that's dark. But considering that this is a black comedy, it is more humorous than it is disturbing. If I had any complaints with the movie, I'd say that the beginning takes a while to get going. When the movie first starts, I'm like, this is good, but I'm not quite in love with the movie. It's just very entertaining. But once Madison comes into the picture and she and Gary start to form a connection, then that's when the movie really starts to pick up. And then the last complaint is that the ending feels a bit abrupt. There's something that happens that made me go, wait, how did we get to this point? And now the movie's over? That's weird. That being said though, I loved Hitman. It is wildly entertaining, has a very clever script. The chemistry between the two leads is just electric, and it works as a great black comedy as well as a fantastic romantic comedy. It's a film that is easily worth seeing in your lifetime. I really do hope that this movie gets some sort of physical release, because I know how stingy Netflix is about theaters and physical media. But considering that the Criterion Collection has a good relationship with both Netflix and Richard Linklater, fingers crossed that they release this movie on Blu-ray, because I would love to own this film. If by some chance you could see this in a theater, I would recommend trying to do what I didn't. Otherwise, it is a perfect movie to just watch at home. It is easily going to stick around for one of my favorites of the year. And there you go, that's my review for Hitman. I hope you enjoyed it. And before I go, I want to give a special thank you to the YouTube members right here. If you want to help support the channel even more, you can also become a YouTube member. And for as little as $1.99 a month, you get early access to all of my videos a day before they're released to the public. And the larger this membership grows, the more perks and tiers that I'll be able to create. So I hope you consider joining as a YouTube member. But until next time, I want to know what you guys think about Hitman. Whatever your opinions are, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. If you want to help support the channel even more, you can do so via YouTube memberships. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and my theme park and travel channel right here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.